Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, Prove Before You Trust, Security Identity Verification for the Enterprise. My name is Andrew Wung, Identity Security Product Specialist at Axiad. Thank you for joining today's webinar on a topic that affects every organization, whether public or private, verifying identities. We're going to take a look at why verifying someone's identity isn't as simple as it used to be, and why the stakes have never been higher. To start us off, let's walk through what we'll be covering today. We'll start with a real-world breach you've probably heard of, the MGM Resorts cyber attack. It's a perfect example of how even companies with strong security tools can be undone by one overlooked vulnerability, the human backdoor. From there, we'll zoom out and talk about why this keeps happening, specifically the blind spot many organizations still have between credentials and actual identity. Because just having a token, password, or even a smart card doesn't really prove who you are. And from there, we'll look at where identity proofing is breaking down, especially for remote workers, contractors, high-risk workflows, and why traditional approaches just aren't built for how people work today. Then we'll get into the rise of impersonation, deepfakes, spoofed phone calls, scraped LinkedIn profiles. Attackers are getting better at pretending to be legitimate users. And most systems are still saying yes to the wrong people. So how do we fix it? We'll walk through the principles of modern identity verification, what actually works, what scales, and what security teams can start doing right now to close these gaps. And finally, we'll tie it all back together to outcomes, which are faster onboarding, help desk, fewer help desk resets, and stronger compliance posture. And most importantly, proof before trust. So let's get started. To illustrate the importance of identity verification, let's start with a real-world cybersecurity attack that happened only 2 years ago to a famous casino, MGM. In September 2023, MGM Resorts, one of the biggest names in hospitality and gaming, suddenly went dark. Guests couldn't check in, digital room keys failed, slot machines stopped working. Even their main website was offline. What happened? It started with just a phone call. A hacker group known as Scattered Spider called MGM's IT help desk, pretending to be an employee. They used information scraped from LinkedIn, job title, department, email address, and they used that information to talk to the help desk into helping them gain access. And then they did what attackers have done for decades. They asked for a password reset. And that's it. No malware, no zero-day exploit, no brute force. Just a really convincing tone and a convincing voice and a help desk agent who didn't or couldn't verify the caller's true identity. And within hours of that call, the attackers had access to privileged accounts. They moved laterally across the network, deployed ransomware, and the breach cost MGM an estimated $100 million in damages and lost revenue. So all in all, it was just a really bad day for MGM Resorts. But let's break that down. MGM had the security tools, they had MFA, they had SOC teams, they even beefed up their cybersecurity posture from a 2019 data breach. But one help desk call without strong identity verification brought the entire thing down. This proves the importance of identity verification. It asks, if one phone call can override all of your security investments, are you really verifying identity or just trusting credentials? So let's clear it up. Credentials are not identity. They are assertions, not verification. 74% of breaches today involve the human element. Credential theft, phishing, social engineering. We've trained systems to say yes to anyone with the right token, but not the right person. So if I have somebody's hardware authenticator token, YubiKey, or know their MFA answers, does that mean that I am them? Of course not. But most systems would let me right in. So the question is, how do we know who we're letting in? And how do we stop assuming that a credential is enough?
To watch the full video, click the link below to our Bright Talk channel. For more Axiad content, click subscribe.